They just keep getting better and better with every new model. We've got the latest mini crawler from FMS. It's their newest FCX18, which is their fully licensed GMC 2025 Hummer EV pickup. Now, what's really nice about this thing is there's three major improvements, in my opinion, over the previous FCX18 release, which was the Chevy K10 pickup. So let's check out those three major improvements first, and then we'll check the whole truck out. So the first, and I would say the most significant change, is the body mount design. So what you've actually got now is you've got these two little clips on the rear here, and then it's basically just a push fit on the front. So if we just push these two body clips in, the body then lifts up, and you can see you can now pull the body away from the chassis, and then on the front you just push it away, and then basically what you've got is on the front here you've got these two little kind of like slot pieces, and then you can see you've got your body clips, and you can see the front just basically slots into here. So it's very similar to their FMT24 design, which is their little 1/24th scale mini basher. What that means now is you can actually get to the chassis to work on it so much easier, whereas with the previous models, the bodies were all screwed on. So if you wanted to do some maintenance, you had to unscrew all the body and everything like that. You know, it's a bit more work. Whereas now, I think with this kind of quick release body design, you know, that's really, really nice. And then the second thing you might have just seen as well, which again for me is a massive improvement, is this power switch. We actually have a waterproof power switch now, which is really, really cool. I mean, the power switch has been the problem on like the FCX18 models for ages, in my opinion. Ever since they released the LC80, I've been crying out to FMS to say, change the power switch, we need a waterproof power switch. We had one on the FCX24, and then we went backwards on the FCX18. But now we have that. I just think it's so cool. And obviously you don't have to then open a bonnet or reach underneath or anything to do the power switch. If I just put the body back on, push it in on the front, and then clip it down on the rear, body's back on nice and sturdy, and then you can see now you can actually get to the power switch from under there, so you can just basically turn it on and off under here. And I love the fact that now you can actually run it in the water without worrying. You know, for the rest of the electronics, I've never had any issues running them in the water. It was only that power switch was the problem, so that's really, really cool. So the third improvement is we now have a full scale interior with a driver. Again, people have been saying, oh, it'd be so cool to have an interior in there. You know, we got a little bit of a dashboard. Oh, it'd be really cool to have a full scale interior in there. It'd be really cool to have a driver. We've got it all now. You know, we've got the full scale interior with a driver. You know, you could paint it and stuff if you wanted to. And again, if we just pop the body off, you can actually get to the interior. It's just basically these screws here that hold it in. So you could unscrew it, you could take it off, you could paint it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Really like that. While we've got that body off, we can take a look at the rest of the actual chassis. So if you're not familiar with the FCX18, you've basically got a full metal chassis. You've got an all-in-one ESC and receiver. It's actually got a 2-speed gearbox with a shift servo, which can be controlled via channel 3 on the transmitter. You've got your battery up front as well. With that 900 mAh 2S LiPo battery, gives you a nice bit of weight on the nose of the rig. And with these batteries, you easily get like an hour's runtime from these rigs, which is really, really nice. For the rest of the electronics, you've got the same 180 sized 50 turn motor in there as well, which is in the previous FCX18s. You know, loads of torque from that motor, and with it being a 2-speed, you've got really nice slow speed control in first gear and then plenty of wheel speed in second gear. You've got oil-filled shocks out of the box, which are metal-bodied oil-filled shocks. Really nice suspension movement on these things. You get a nice bit of flex, especially with that long wheelbase. And yeah, you know, I really like those oil-filled shocks out of the box. They are nice and smooth. You've got Paul axles on the front and the rear, so you get plenty of ground clearance. You've got metal forelink on the rear, metal lower links on the front, and then a plastic upper link. You've got plastic drive shafts, plastic axles. You do actually have metal portal gears. The gears in the gearbox and the diffs are actually plastic, but you can buy metal upgrades from FMS if you want to. On the front, you've got a servo and axle steering servo, and you've actually got metal steering links there as well. And it is actually a metal geared steering servo. I'm pretty sure it's a 17-gram steering servo, and then it's a 9-gram servo for the 2-speed. In terms of the body, it's a hard body. You can either get it in white or black. You know, it's really nice details on the body. You've got that really nice detailed pickup bed. Unfortunately, like some of the other models, the tail tailgate doesn't open, the bonnet doesn't open, because obviously now they've changed that body style. But you know, you've got really nice details on there. You've got the door handles, you've got the really nice mirrors, you've got the Hummer badges and everything on there. It does have LEDs on the front of the rear. I'll show you those in a minute. I have already ran it on the rocks and on the trail. Yeah, and it's really, really good actually, to be fair. But the lights are, I'm not a massive Hummer fan, but these lights on the front, I'll show you in a minute, absolutely awesome. Absolutely love them. They're so, so cool. Wheels and tyres, you've got these 1.3-inch beadlock wheels. They are plastic, and then you've got these big, chunky, buff Goodricher tyres. They are vented, but there's no foams in them, but they are at least obviously beadlock, so they're not going to slip. The tyres are alright. Again, you'll see what they're like on the trail and on the rocks when we get to the running footage shortly. In terms of what else you get with the rig, you get their usual style FCX18 transmitter. So this one comes with the toggle switches, so you can switch between like forward brake, reverse. You can adjust like your drag brake and everything. You've got all your usual things like steering trim, throttle trim, you know, reverse options. And then on the side then you've got channel 3 for your 2-speed, which you've basically got first gear all the way back, neutral, and then second gear. And then channel 4 does your lights, and you can cycle through multiple light modes on these things as well. What's really, really cool with these rigs as well, if you're not familiar with the FCX18 platform, the ESC and the transmitter does have a load of other functionality as well. Like you can, even if you wanted to, obviously if you'd have to change the axle, but you can actually do 4-wheel steer on these things as well, which is like really, really cool. But these are really nice transmitters, you know, nice and easy to use, easy in the hand. My only gripe with this one is you don't have a foam grip on it like you do for like the FCX24 and the FCX24M models. All you need is basically 4 AAA batteries for these ones. So the rig does actually come 99% ready to run. The only thing you need is your 4 AAA batteries for your transmitter. You get your instruction manual in the box as well. You get your usual bag of goodies that come with the FCX18s. You get your 2-amp USB charger. You actually get a little hat for the driver, and you get the little tow hitch as well if you want to run a trailer. You get your wheel wrench tool, and you get some extra stickers if you wanted to change the number plate or anything like that. Another nice little feature with this model is you do actually get a little Allen wrench as well. So on your transmitter, once you press channel 4, your lights light up. If you press it again, they get brighter. How cool is that? The Hummer is lit up. That is just super cool. I'm a sucker for cool little stuff like that, and that is really, really awesome. This model does have indicators like the other ones. So as you steer, you get indicators. I'm not a fan of indicators, but you know, it is what it is. If you press channel 4 again, you get hazards. That's generally how I run my rig, so I don't have to deal with the indicators. On the rear, you've actually got tail lights on the rear, no indicators on the rear. If you do run it in forward brake reverse, you've actually got brake lights as well. So if we just go forward a little bit and then hit the brake lights, we actually get brake lights. And if you switch it into just forward reverse, you don't have the brake lights. So you just got forward and reverse with no brake lights. So it's up to you if you want brake lights or not. I run my rigs in just forward reverse because I find it easier to crawl. If you're interested in a size comparison versus the other FCX18 models, so obviously you've got the Humvee there. Then you've got the K10, pretty much the same size bodies, but you can see the Humvee is slightly lower, so it's going to have obviously a slightly lower centre of gravity to the K10. But it does actually share the same wheelbase as the K10, which is 199mm. And then next to the LC80, you can see it is considerably bigger than the LC80. Like I said, I've already ran it on the rocks and on the trail, and it performed really, really well in my opinion. The FCX18 is a brilliant platform. With the longer wheelbase, you've got more stability. The downside to a longer wheelbase is obviously the centre point. You tend to get hung up a little bit, and then obviously with this body, with the overhang on the front and the rear, again, it can get hung up a little bit on the front bumper and the rear bumper. But otherwise, it performs really, really well. Now, I think I did mention in the running footage that this one sounded much quieter than the other models. And also it did seem like the wheel speed in first and second was slightly different. Now, I don't know if they've made a change. I've checked the manual and it doesn't say there's any difference on the gearing, and it's using the same ESC. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just my imagination, but let me know what you think in the comments, because it did seem to me that when I was running this thing on the trail, it was super, super quiet, which is interesting because obviously this is meant to be an EV. but I did think that, you know, maybe the wheel speed was slightly slower in second gear. If you're a Hummer fan and you really like the look of this thing, then you will not be disappointed, because yeah, it is really, really good. I think the FCX18 models and the FCX24s, they are, in my opinion, some of the best value and best performing scale mini crawlers on the market. You know, nobody else can compete with them really. With that 2-speed, the oil-filled shocks, the slow speed control, and now the fact that we've got those improvements as well with the body design, the waterproof switch, the full scale interior, nobody else can compete. You know, these things are leading the market in my opinion. And I know I said it earlier, but what I think is really, really good about FMS is the fact that they are actually making changes and improving the rigs. You know, they're not just knocking out different body styles and just being like, there you go, do you want to buy it? You know, each one actually gets better. So I can't wait to see what they keep doing with the rest of the FCX18 and the FCX24 family, because, yeah, they're just awesome. So first up, let's try the hill climb, see what it's like up here. Obviously with no foams in those tyres. We got nice squish, but I'm not sure how they're going to perform. Man, it even sounds like an electric car. Oh, starting to tip. But it's super quiet. I don't know what FMS have done with their models recently, but the motor sound is so much nicer and quieter now. You know, they were quite whiny before in first. Oh, we're tipping. Let me try and go a little bit quicker up there. Yeah, we always get stuck on that ridge. Let's try a little bit of wheel speed. Oh, struggling there. Hang on. Okay. Nice. Okay, and obviously it's got that long wheelbase, so obviously it might struggle to clear in a few places. I'm getting rained on right now. Oh, yeah, look, there we go. Look, we're getting hung up a little bit. Oh, we're going to be a bit stuck. Okay. Oh, that didn't tip over. Okay, let's see if we can maneuver through here. Okay, I'll try and go as slow as I can. Oh, yeah, there's that. Oh, how did I not bin that? Yeah, you can definitely see we got some approach angle and departure angle issues. Oh, let's get this first scrapes. Right, I really want to see how it does up here, if we can actually get up it. Oh, that rear is full on hanging us up, look. Can we power it over? Go on, yes. Okay, right, let's see if it can crawl. Can it climb? Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. You can see the tyres are struggling for grip a little bit there. I think, to be honest, it could do with some foams, even if they were soft. But we did make it, we made it to the top. Let's try the old up and over, see what it's like on there. Again, I think maybe the centre point's going to get us hung up a bit, whereas that longer wheelbase. Oh, nice. Oh, almost. Go on. Yes, lovely. Let's see if we can crawl up this next piece as well. I love how quiet this thing is. In real life, I'm not a fan of electric cars, but this is really nice and quiet as an RC. Let's see what it's like up here. Nice and slow, lovely slow speed control. Oh, again, those kind of side rails getting us hung up. Oh, hang on. Let's take a slightly different route there. Yeah, it's definitely got some like ground clearance issues because it's so long, and then obviously those big side rails. Oh, we're struggling, we're struggling. Oh, we're just getting hung up. Let's try again, one more time, see if we can hop it. Oh. No, we're going to end up breaking something. We'll carry on. There's definitely got more kind of ground clearance issues than the K10. Nice, nice and slow. The tyres aren't doing bad, to be fair, he says, as they get to a point and then stop gripping. That's always the way. Nice. I do love a bit of squish though, you know, even if it is kind of cheating with no foams, I do love a bit of squish. Oh yeah, that was nice. Okay, let's try the next kind of hardest section. I think it's going to struggle around here because it's going to be too long. I did the K10 flatbed from Fair RC the other day and it couldn't get rounded just because it was longer wheelbase. It really struggled. Yeah, it's just too big basically. This is more suited to something that's like a smaller scale, but let's just see how it does. You never know. If we can just kind of get the right angle. Oh, we need a wheel to like bite somewhere, and then you can see the steering servo struggling a bit there. Oh. Yeah, these tyres don't have the best grip. Okay, let's see if we can do something a bit different. Oh, go on, go on, go on. If I can try and control that. Oh. Go on, up the drain. Oh, yeah, yeah, go on, go on, go on. Oh, if we had a little bit more steering. Oh, go on, go on. Up the wall. Go on, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Oh, let's go back a tiny bit. Oh, that's so close to getting around there. I'm amazed that's actually doing that. It's just pushing over a bit, isn't it? We need it to come around this way a little bit. Go on, get some bite. I think if we had grippier tyres, it'd be around there. Oh no, we got ourselves stuck now. We got ourselves stuck. Oh, look, we're hung up on that rear now. It's definitely, you know, very long body, isn't it? I think I've stuffed up that line now. Oh, first tumble, it's always the worst. See if we can get up from this side. Yeah, these tyres aren't bad, but you can see they definitely, you know, struggle to bite. There we go. When you give it a little bit of a wriggle, it does it. But yeah, you know, with some better tyres, obviously it'd be so much better. The old buff Goodriches. We need a bit of a buffing. To be fair, considering the body and, you know, what the kind of style is, it's not really like a crawler body, is it? It's actually doing a really good job on the rocks. It's just the length really that's letting it down, and then you know, just all the kind of the fancy bits, you know, the side, whatever you want to call them, you know, side skirts or you know, sliders, whatever, rails, you know, they're kind of letting it down. Or if it could have made it up there, that would have been absolutely awesome. I would have been like astonished. The K10 flatbed did make it up there the other day, and that was amazing. Let's just try and give it one more try. Because basically you're kind of running your wheels along either side of that, and then obviously it kind of makes it try to tip, but also it's a really good way of kind of testing its stability, its centre of gravity, the tyre grip, you know, a bit of everything at the same time really. Oh, go on. Oh, that is pretty cool. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Let's see if it can get over this bit of rock. I'd be surprised if it can. Oh, we're on the side skirt. Oh, no, 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 no. Ground clearance. Oh, this is going to end badly. If we can get up here. Oh, it made it. It made it. I mean, there's no way I'm getting anywhere from there now, but let's just see what it can come downhill like. See if we can... Nice. Nice bit of slow speed descent there as well. That's really controlled. Oh, I do love a bit of suspension movement and a bit of slow speed control. I'm just going to bin it off the edge now. Oh, and that's some squish. We made it. Wowza, that was actually really good. To be fair, I didn't think it was going to be that good. I do absolutely love those front lights though. That is the highlight for me. They look really, really cool. But yeah, you know, it's still got some really nice flex. You know, the tyres are alright. You know, with most rated runs, to be honest, you're always going to upgrade the wheels and tyres, aren't you, to be honest? But, you know, that actually did a really good job on the rock crawler course, considering, to me, this isn't really a crawler style body. You know, it's such a long wheelbase and such a long body. You know, it's gonna struggle on kind of rock crawling courses and stuff like that. But no, that did a really good job. And it's still in one piece. We haven't got too many scratches on the roof or anything like that. And it is cool seeing that driver in there out of the box as well, isn't it? I do like that. Yeah, I'm impressed. Okay, we're on the trail. Let's put the old buff Goodrich tyres to the test. See how it does on this little incline by here, and then let's hit some more obstacles and see what this thing performs like on the trail. I do love how quiet that motor is now. It is so nice and quiet. Literally, it's like having an electric truck, isn't it? It's just like, you can hardly hear it. Oh, okay, that's not too bad, that's not too bad. See if we get some flex coming through here. Nice. We got some smaller routes to run along here as well, which I ran the, what was it, the LDRC 1/14 scale over here the other day, and yeah, it really struggled, so hopefully this will do a much better job. Nice. Struggling for grip a little bit there. Again, they're quite smooth tyres, you know, they don't have a massively deep tread pattern, so they don't have the most grip in the world. Hey, there we go. Might have to hop this next one maybe, but we'll give it a try. Oh, look, we're back to kind of ground clearance issues again there, look. Let's see if we can hop it. Might have to second gear it. Okay, let's pop it in the second. Let's try sending it. Yay, did it. Let's do a little bank climb, just see how the tyres grip on some loose dirt. I imagine they're not going to do the best, to be honest, because yeah, they don't have the best tread pattern in the world and the most grip, it seems, but again, we should be able to power out of it if we get stuck. Dog's coming to say hello. He's got better grip. Oh, go on, go on, go on. Oh, I was thinking about it. Let's give it a bit of wheel speed, shall we? Hey, there we go. Lots of wheel speed needed, but we made it. Okay, let's try the good old route test. See how it gets on up here. I think it's going to struggle for ground clearance again, to be honest. Oh, okay. No, it's going to make me eat my words and do the first one with no problem. Let's try the second one. Yeah, that's where we're going to kind of struggle with that ground clearance. So you can see there, we're just kind of grounding out in the middle, just where obviously we've got those kind of like side sliders or whatever you want to call them, skirts, I don't know, whatever. Let's just try again. Yeah, that's the downside to the longer wheelbase, is then you get hung up on things more. Let's see if we can send it in second. Yeah, nice and easy in second. That's the nice thing about having a 2-speed as well, you know, is if you get stuck on something, you can just send it in second gear. I do really like those lights. They are really cool. Not the hazards, but the Hummer on the front. That is just so cool. Right, let's test out our trail speed. We'll do it in first gear and then second gear. It'd be interesting to see then as well, full throttle in first, how noisy the motor is. Right, now let's chuck it in second. Yeah, you can see even in second gear it is definitely slow. Gonna have to do a race, I think, between the this Hummer, the K10 and the LC80 and see which one's faster. I think this is definitely going to be the slow one. But, you know, it's still got plenty of wheel speed for the trail, which is nice. Now we've got that waterproof power switch on there as well. We shouldn't have any issues running this thing through the water, so let's give it a try. Let's got a nice deep section over here. Let's see how deep it can go. No, we're stuck on something. Let's go swimming. Might as well test how waterproof it is. You've even got some water sloshing around the back there, look. Filling that rear bed, not with accessories but with water. And it all still works. I'm really impressed with that. I think, you know, with some grippier tyres on there, it'd be even better. But it's actually performed really well on the trail. It did really well on the rocks. You know, obviously it's a longer wheelbase, so you're going to struggle with some things. But it's got a lower centre of gravity than the K10, because obviously it's a lower body. I really like the fact that we've got that waterproof power switch. I really like that new body clip design. Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually really good. You know, when I first saw it, I was kind of like, okay, right, we got a Humvee, you know, not quite sure what I think, but actually it's pretty cool. And, you know, those lights are just getting me. I absolutely love those lights. I just think that's so cool. This is definitely becoming one of the best mini crawler platforms, in my opinion, especially if you're into your, you know, more scale bodies and stuff like that. Fingers crossed we might see some Land Rovers and Discoveries and Range Rovers and everything in the 18th scale, because that would just be awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you're a fan of the Hummer. Drop me a comment, got any questions. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.